Good evening, everybody. Let me begin by saying how much I miss you all and how odd it is to be standing here in our sanctuary alone. It's Wednesday, it's April 1st. If I understand correctly, April of 2020 is going to be a very difficult month here in the United States of America. As most of you are aware, as of yesterday, the end of March, there were 3,000 deaths from the coronavirus. As of already today, there are over 4,000 deaths from the coronavirus. And if the estimates that the White House gave yesterday are true, by the end of the month there will be 100,000 to 240,000 deaths. So going from 4,000 today to 100,000 sometime in the future here, at least 240,000 is another estimate. But if we don't stay home, if we don't take this seriously, not only will there be more, but many of us would be among that. So please, as we spend this time together tonight in prayer, as you go through the page and you listen to the Psalm 9 tonight, and you listen to the Morning and Evening by Spurgeon, and then Dr. Smith has got missionary letters for 3 missionaries. As you go through this page, I have some prayer requests that I'm going to ask you to pray about also. Again, it seems very strange to me. I know I said it Sunday, both morning and evening, and I'm saying it again now here as I stand here looking basically into a camera instead of looking at your faces. This is not something that I enjoy. We're not seeing our own children and grandchildren. We are using, as probably many of you are, we are using a video conference of some sort. Sometimes we use Zoom, sometimes we use the FaceTime, or depending upon what everybody has. And so we are trying to communicate with each other, and I hope you're doing that with your loved ones and even with each other. I do want to talk just a little bit about Zoom. Please, it's very easy to be involved in the Zoom meetings. You can install it on your phone or your tablet or your computer. If you want to just call in using your phone, there's a phone number that you can use to just call in, and I'll let you know what that is in the next invitation that we send out. I think the text messaging is working well. I believe that using the text message groups, we're now using a service called FlockNote, and that allows us to send short texts to lots of people. We can send 100 texts, in other words, text to 100 different phones at the same time in short text fields. In other words, so sometimes you'll notice that my wife has sent out some that have had 3 or 4 texts that go together, and that's because some services are restricted to a certain number of characters in their text. Some people's phones do it that way, and so FlockNote is restricted and runs that way also. But we are able to get communication out, and so we want you to be available. We're using the MailChimp service, which is an email service that we have. We're posting it on Facebook. We are also putting it up on the church website. A lot of new things on the church website. Please go to tidewaterbaptist.org. Ironically, if you're watching this, you must be on tidewaterbaptist.org, I guess. Although this video will show up just as a regular video in YouTube. If you go to Tidewater Baptist YouTube, if you search that, Tidewater Baptist Church in YouTube, then you can see the videos. Each one of these little videos that we've done for Wednesday night shows up there also. Anyway, I don't want to take a long time, not because I don't have time, but because this is a video, and I don't want you to feel like you have to watch me talk. It's got to be awkward. It's awkward for me to watch me talk. I ask you to pray for the Hawkins family. Pastor Hawkins is reaching the end of his time here on earth. You know, there's a really good chance that he'll not see the end of the coronavirus, and I say that as a blessing to him. Pray for his family. They are getting to spend some time together. Probably many of you know Beth commented that yesterday he was at peace. He has some good medication now that helps him to rest more. His breathing is easy. He was aware of his family and unable to talk since this weekend. They believe he had a stroke type, at least something like a stroke this weekend that really limited his ability to interact with them. But pray for their family. I know you love him. Thomas and Stacy McCarville, probably most of you are aware. All of you, by the way, that said that we are willing to help. Yesterday, the church sent out hey, if you can help, would you be willing to help the McCarvilles? They seem to have contracted the coronavirus, and they are restricted to their house right now. Pray for them, pray for their health. But what I want to say is, as you're praying for them, I'm so thankful for how many people responded and how quickly they responded. It seems like everybody that said that would be willing to help, which is a large group of you, have already said, I'm ready to help, I'm available to help. Again, as much as I want to do everything that I can, I'm really in the age bracket and health bracket where I shouldn't be around a lot of people, and I haven't been around a lot of people. I've been very restricted. I have been coming to the church building, but basically being in my office and trying to do things, getting ready for sermons and making preparations for different things that we're trying to do, like the Normal Christian Life Study. So many of you signed up for the Normal Christian Life Study. I'm really glad that you're going to be involved in that. Next Tuesday night, by the way, at 7 o'clock, we'll have a Zoom meeting room where we will meet and go over. So right now, be reading chapter 1 of the Normal Christian Life and answer the questions in your workbook yourself. You answer the questions in your workbook. There is no right or wrong. There's just the answer that you understood from the reading. And I'll go over the answers that I got to what we were reading based upon the book. And we'll go over those together on Tuesday night. Hopefully that'll be a blessing. But even if you don't want to be involved in the Zoom meeting to this, just do the study. Every week we'll do a chapter. On our website, there's going to be a link to the Normal Christian Life study. Basically what it will do is it'll give you a calendar telling you what chapter we're in each week and where we're going to be as we go through this study together. And maybe we'll just continue to do studies, another book after this and that kind of a thing, and just do some studies together. But be in prayer for the McCarville family. And then Pat Ruger has asked us to pray. His sister's husband passed away yesterday. And of course, not just the heartache that goes with that, but the memorial services, the funeral services. This is a very difficult thing. If Pastor Hawkins passes away here in the near future, which it looks like the Lord may take him. I was supposed to go and do that funeral, and I won't be able to travel over there. It's just so difficult. It's so difficult. Be in prayer for Pat. And then don't forget Ray and Daisy and Manny and Gloria and the loss of family members that they have lost here recently also. I did talk to Jacob McKinney today. I actually used Zoom. I actually used Zoom to communicate with him. They are doing well. They have food. They're safe. They have a limited number of exposure to the virus in Bolivia, and Bolivia is very closed down, very, very shut down. They are restricted to stay in their houses. The McKinneys do not have any kind of paperwork for being in Bolivia yet, so they're not even allowed to go out. The Murrays have been a tremendous help and great blessing to them. The Murrays have 2 different days that they're allowed to go to the store, and so she goes on one day and he goes on another day, and one day they shop for the Murray family and one day they shop for the McKinney family. But they have to wait in line for like an hour and a half in a line with a bunch of people. I'm not sure, Jacob's a little concerned that the line itself is going to be one of the most dangerous interactions that people are having. So pray for the people in Bolivia, obviously pray for the people in the United States. But we're glad, it was good to see Jacob today. It's good to see that they're doing well. I know that they were even able to communicate with Matt and Amanda last night. They even kind of played a game together over the internet, if you will, which is kind of wonderful that they were able to do that. Keep the Driley family in your prayers. Again, Italy's still not doing well, and the Driley family is very close to the center of the outbreak in Italy. They are closer to the central outbreak than we are to Charlottesville right here. So it would be somewhere between Richmond and Charlottesville is how far you'd have to travel to get to Milan from Vicenza, where Tim and Isabel are. So pray for them and just continue to pray for their safety. Keep the Pearsons and the Whittemores in prayer. It does appear that China is reporting that they have a handle on these things. And again, Chris and Jimmy and their families are doing well, but pray for them and just pray that in a little while it appears that the Chinese government may lift their restrictions, and unless they've got it all, this could come right back. And I know this sounds terrible, so gloom and doom, but we have to deal with the realities of these things. There's much to be thankful for that God is doing in the souls of people. People are really being impacted by the need for salvation during this time. But be in prayer for all of these. Do be in prayer for our nations and our leaders in this time, all of them. Again, God help us to stop worrying about whether people are Republicans or Democrats or libertarians or whatever. Just love your neighbor and be helpful to each other, and pray for all of our leadership. As you're aware, less than 2 weeks from now, this coming Sunday is the week before Resurrection Sunday, the week before Easter. We have been approached about perhaps having a special combined service, a drive-in type service here in the Hampton Roads area using a large facility. I won't go into any more details than this. Basically, it would be an outdoor service. If it's clear through the city, we were contacted about being involved in this, though. It would be our church and Calvary Baptist Church and Wayside Baptist Church, the churches that we did our Christmas cantata with. So be in prayer about that. Be in prayer. Obviously, we're not going to be able to assemble together here in our church building on Resurrection Sunday, but I'm confident that soon we are going to want to be able to at least maybe drive into the same area as others and just, not get out of the cars, but just, I don't know. The Lord knows this. This is a difficult time. I miss you. I hope you guys miss me and each other. I truly, truly miss being able to see you, just being able to talk, just being able to say hi to each other. Some of you I haven't had any texts from or any phone calls, from. We're here. We love you. We want to be a help to you. I hope you're being taken care of. I know the deacons are contacting you, and if you need anything at all, and if you know anybody that needs anything, please make sure to let us know. I hope you have a blessed night. It's been nice just to be able to stand here for a couple minutes and talk to you. Please be in prayer about the things that I just mentioned. Take a little time, watch the other videos, listen to the devotions and the Psalm 9, and then be in prayer for our missionaries as our Dr. Smith reads those letters to you. Have a great night. We love you.